the third lesson, that is the Portrait of Lady by Khushwant Singh. So this is the third lecture. This is the third lesson for our syllabus, and today we are going to discuss it in detail. So before we discuss the lesson, the Portrait of a Lady, let's have brief discussion about the author, that is Khushwant Singh. So who was Khushwant Singh? Let's have brief discussion about him. So Khushwant Singh was born on 2nd February 1915 and he was died on 20th March 2014. So he was born on 1915 and he was died in 2014. He was an Indian author. He was an Indian author. He was a lawyer. He was a diplomat. He was a journalist and he was a politician. So he was author, means writer, lawyer, was a diplomat, he was a journalist and politician. So this is, we can say, some of Khushwant Singh's activities we can find in his life. So Khushwant Singh started his career as a lawyer. Khushwant Singh started his career as a lawyer before joining the Indian Ministry of External Affairs. The Indian Ministry of External Affairs in 1947. So here we can find that he started his career as a lawyer and he was as joined that Indian Ministry of External Affairs also. So then Khushwant Singh's work in Indian Ministry of External Affairs gives a kind of experience in the year 1947. And all of we know that in the year 1947, there was partition of India. The country India was there was a partition of India and there were two countries now, India and Pakistan. And this partition of India inspired him to write a novel Kadambari. And he wrote a novel, and name or title of the novel was Train to Pakistan. And this Train to Pakistan was published in 1956. And the same novel was made into film in 1998. And now this novel is very well known. So here we started to discuss Khushwant Singh. We say that Khushwant Singh was born in 1915. He was died in 2014. He was an Indian author. He was a lawyer. He was a diplomat. He was a journalist, and he was a politician. Then we have discussed that he started his career as a lawyer, and then he joined Indian Ministry of External Affairs in 1947. And all of we know that in 1947, India was divided into two countries, and these two countries were India and Pakistan. And this incident inspired him to write a novel. And he wrote the novel, and the name of that novel was Train to Pakistan. And it was published in 1956. And this novel is very popular. This novel is very popular. It also made a film, and it was also very famous. So then we'll discuss that in 2007, he was awarded with the Padma Vibhushan Award. In 2007, he was awarded with the Padma Vibhushan Award. So for his work, he was awarded with the Padma Vibhushan Award. And as we are going to discuss, he is a writer. His well-known books are So his well-known books are Delhi, a novel in 1990, The Company of Women in 1999, Truth, Love, and Little Melas in 2002, The Good, the Bad, and the Ridiculous in 2013, and The Train to Pakistan in 1956. So these are some of the writings by Khushwant Singh. So here we can find that Khushwant Singh uh, we can is a very well-known writer, and today we have one prose of Khushwant Singh, and the title of that prose is The Portrait of Lady, and here we are going to discuss this lesson, Portrait of Lady, in detail. So this story or this prose is author's memory of his grandmother. Who is the author? Khushwant Singh. This lesson is Khushwant Singh's memory of his grandmother. आपल्या आजीबद्दलच्या आठवणी या स्टोरीमध्ये आपल्याला अनुभवायला दिसतील. What are the memories? Let's discuss. So he spent many memorable years with her when they lived together away from his parents. Khushwant Singh spent म्हणजे घालवणे many memorable years. खूप मेमोरेबल वर्ष त्यांनी कोणाबरोबर घालवले? आजी बरोबर घालवले. ते दोघं एकत्र राहत होते. कधी रे? त्यांचे पॅरेंट्स म्हणजे आई वडील दूर असताना. The author and the grandmother were very good friends. The author and grandmother were the very good friends. Here we can find that his parents left him with her when they went to live in the city. So Khushwant Singh's parents left Khushwant Singh with a grandmother when they went in the city. Khushwant Singh or the family of Khushwant Singh was staying in a village. Khushwant Singhaचे जे काही कुटुंब होतं ते एका खेडेगावामध्ये राहत होतं. पण खुशवंत सिंगाचे आई आणि वडील ते काय झाले? शिफ्ट झाले. कुठे शिफ्ट झाले? शहरामध्ये शिफ्ट झाले. आणि त्यांनी खुशवंत सिंगला त्याच्या आजी बरोबर गावीच ठेवलं. His grandmother and Khushwant Singh constantly lived together. So she means who? Grandmother. Grandmother used to wake him up in the morning and get him ready for school. So Khushwant Singh was living with grandmother, and his grandmother used to wake him up early in the morning and get him ready for school. She said morning prayers for him while she bathed and dressed him. So while she bathed and dressed him, she says morning prayers. She thought that he would listen and get to know it by heart. He listened because he loved her voice. So here we can find that Khushwant Singh and grandmother, they have a very good relationship with each other. Then she fetched his wooden slate, which she had already washed and plastered with yellow chalk. So here we can find that this story is author's memory of his grandmother. Is taking care of Khushwant Singh. Then after the breakfast of thick stale chapati with little butter and sugar spread on it, they went to school. Khushwant Singh and a grandmother, they have the breakfast. And what is the breakfast? The breakfast is thick stale chapati with little butter and sugar spread on it. They went to school. So they were having a breakfast, and after the breakfast, they used to go to the school. And then when grandmother is always coming with Khushwant Singh, when she is coming, she carries several stale chapatis with her for the village dogs. ज्यावेळी ती शाळेमध्ये खुशवंत सिंगला घेऊन जात असे, त्यावेळी जाताना बरोबर ती काय घेत असे? काही शेळ्या चपात्या घेत असे कोणासाठी? फॉर विलेज डॉग्स. गावामध्ये जी काय कुत्री रस्त्याला असतात त्या कुत्र्यांसाठी घेत असे. She always went to school with him because the school was attached to the temple. आणि दररोज ती शाळेत खुशवंत सिंगला घेऊन जात असे. वाय? बिकॉज द स्कूल वॉज अटॅच्ड टू द टेम्पल. शाळा आणि मंदिर अतिशय जवळ असे म्हणून ती शाळेत जाताना खुशवंत सिंग शाळेमध्ये जात असे आणि आजी कुठे जात असे? टेम्पल मध्ये म्हणजे मंदिरामध्ये जात असे. सो द priest taught them the alphabet and the morning prayer. Priest means पुजारी. पुजारी त्यांना काय शिकवत असे? अल्फाबेट, ABCD etc. and the morning prayer. आणि सकाळची प्रार्थना ते मुलांना शिकवत असे. So this is the routine of Khushwant Singh and grandmother. Grandmother sat inside reading the scriptures. ग्रँडमदर कुठं बसत असे? टेम्पल मध्ये बसत असत आणि काय वाचत बसत असे रे? एखादं भक्तीचं पुस्तक किंवा स्क्रिप्चर्स म्हणजे एका प्रार्थनेचं पुस्तक ते वाचत बसत असे. When they both had finished, they would walk back together. Means Khushwant Singh finished his school and grandmother finished his scriptures. Both would walk back together and both would come back or return to where? Return to Khushwant Singh and the grandmother have a good bonding to each other. Then what happens? Let's see that when his parents were comfortably settled in the city, they sent for the author and the grandmother. Now the parents means father and mother of Khushwant Singh settled in the city, and now they were called, means they called Khushwant Singh and grandmother to the city. Now Khushwant Singh and grandmother is shifted from village to the city. And this is a turning point in their friendship. Why? Because in the village, they were living together, they were spending time together, they used to go to school together, they used to return from the school together, they spend a lot of time in the house. But now the surrounding is different. Now they are shifted to city, and this is a turning point in their friendship. So although they shared the same room, she is no longer come to school with him. So now they are living in one room, grandmother and Khushwant Singh. But now she's no longer come to school with him. Why? Because why no longer? Because he used to go to an English school in motor bus. He used to go to an English school in motor bus. The grandmother is not coming with Khushwant Singh to the school in the city now. Why? Because he used to go to English school and he has a school bus or motor bus. There were no dogs in the streets. There were no dogs in the streets. So she took to feeding sparrows in the courtyard of their city house. So there are no dogs. So she is feeding to whom? Feeding to sparrows in the courtyard of their city. So here we can find that how grandmother is, or how the things kind-hearted grandmother we can find here. So what happens next? Let's discuss. As the years rolled by, they saw less of each other. Means as the days are passing, they meet a very less to each other. And when he came back from school, she would ask him what the teacher had taught him. When the Khushwant Singh comes or came back from the school, she would ask him what the teacher taught in the school. And Khushwant Singh tells her English words and little things of Western science and learning. So now the things are different. English medium school and the Marathi medium schools, different teaching, different subjects. So she used to ask what the teacher has taught him in the school, and Khushwant Singh tells her about the school activities or what he learned in the school. For example, English words or little things of Western science and learning. So then when he went up to university, he was given a room of his own. The common link of friendship was snapped when he went up to university. Now he has finished 12th standard and now he went to the university. He has given a room of his own, and he has given a room of his own means he got the separate room, and the common link of friendship was snapped or hurt. And then grandmother accepted her seclusion with resignation, and grandmother accepted this change with resignation means what? She accepted it. Why? Because she understood that now Khushwant Singh was grown up and he is going to the university, and that's why she accepted that. And she, Khushwant Singh, she rarely left her spinning wheel to talk to anyone. Now she has a time, so she is spinning the wheel. Spinning the wheel means what? She is doing that spinning wheel and she is making the khadi, and she does not have any time to talk to anyone. Means she remains always busy with work and she is spinning the wheel from sunrise to sunset. She sat by her wheel spinning and reciting prayers. So now Khushwant Singh is going to the university, so she has a time from the sunrise to sunset. She sat by her wheel and spinning and reciting her prayers. In the afternoon, did she relax for a while to feed the sparrows? So from sunrise to sunset, she is spinning the wheel, and for the afternoon, she is relaxed, and at that time, she feed the sparrows. When the author decided to go abroad for further studies, he was sure she would be upset. And now, author decided to go to abroad, foreign, for further studies. He was sure she would be upset. And then what happens? He was away for 5 years. After 5 years, when he came back home and was met by her at station. And here we can find that Khushwant Singh went to abroad for further studies, and when he came back, he met his grandmother at the station. And here we can find that one day in the evening, she did not pray. What did she did then? She collected the women of the neighborhood, got an old drum and started to sing. So here we can find that one day evening means there is a change. And what kind of a change? She is in grandmother's behavior. Then what happens? Next morning, she was taken ill, and it was a mild fever. So next morning, she was taken ill, and it was a mild fever. She told the family members that her end is near. And grandmother told the family members that her end is near, means she is going to die, and finally she was dead. Finally, she was dead. She was cremated. Cremated, dafan vidhi. These are dafan vidhi sudah kela gela. And that day, thousands of sparrows sat scattered on the floor. There was no chirping. That day, thousands of sparrows sat scattered on the floor. There was no chirping, and even the sparrows did not eat a bread. Even the sparrows did not eat a bread. So here we can find that how birds also love to human. That this lesson is ended here. So the students, I will tell the story in brief.